I've got another statement, Chair. That one is from Taung and Ngola, the honorables. First, just to say that we welcome the statement that they made with regard to the delegation of AfriForum that went overseas and solidarity. Just to confirm that there are 4 case dockets that have been opened on the matter, 2 by various groups and the last 2 by individuals. And the cases are being handled by CATS. There is cases against the state, and they are being taken very seriously. The investigations are at an initial stage, and they are being investigated with collaboration of the NPA. And once they have taken a decision whether to prosecute or not, we will then inform you. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode, Newsology, a political channel that talks about politics and what is happening in South Africa. I hope we are having a very fantastic day. Let us just get to it without wasting no time. You know what? I'm very disappointed by Senzo Mchunu, our Minister of Police. Did you hear him, what he said about confronting Afri-Forum when they have come back from the US? Did you hear him? Sounded very weak, not sure. And he's the man who wants just to go there and have a meeting with them and dispute what they have said based on statistics. Say that I want to see what they have and we'll show them what we have, and then we'll match the two, then we'll go our separate ways. They said and confirmed that they will not be arrested even after they have called. I think there's a confusion here that needs to be ironed out. AfriForum is not calling for the US to sanction South Africa. AfriForum is calling for the USA to deal with ANC leaders.
I want to start off by saying we blame President Cyril Ramaphosa, as well as senior ANC leaders, as well as some people in government.
You are basically asking Donald Trump to target ANC leaders. What does that mean for our country? Because this is the leaders of our country you're talking about.
Yes, it means when you push through destructive policies that are going to harm South Africa and regular South Africans, you should face consequences for it.
Do you understand it now? AfriForum does not want the US to sanction us or jobs to be shut down or for the US to hold its funding. They don't want that. They want the USA to deal with criminals, corrupt people in the ANC, according to AfriForum. So now the ANC is dead quiet. I heard Gudimantashe saying that they need to mobilize the country so that they will show the AfriForum that what they did is wrong.
Now, as the Minister of Finance, must listen carefully. Now, I want to conclude by referring to the issue of AfriForum. AfriForum is an anti-transformation program driven by the hope that apartheid will come back. It's a mirage, and that mirage must be confronted by all South Africans.
But they are not taking any action, because when you run the country, one of your greatest weapons to control society and to make your own countrymen to respect the Constitution is by the rule of law. You need to be strict when it comes to executing law, so that your citizens will know that if they break any law, even when going to the extent of committing treason, they will be dealing with the repercussions, the outcome, the judgment that will come after that. So what is happening? I want us to talk about a few things today. Before we continue, please don't forget you can subscribe us, you can to this channel, you can support us, you can leave a comment on the section below. Let us jump into it because I want us to talk about Julius Madonsela and hear what her argument is all about. Then I want us to talk about the DA because the DA seems like it is in charge, right? They went against the GNU, they went against the ANC in particularly, and went to the US to represent South Africa and to have a diplomatic talks with the US without the ANC having any knowledge about the DA's whereabouts. Then that's a problem. Then I want us to go back now to Afri-Forum because they did respond to what the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, has said about them. Let us start here. President Ramaphosa said a few months ago he will be sending a delegation to go to the US, right, in a bid to just ease tensions between the two, South Africa and the USA. But it seems like the DA had another plan in place when they went against the ANC, went against the decree of what the president has said, to say that he will send delegation to go there, right? So who appointed the DA, or why the DA now is taking charge and is upfront about this thing? We don't know who has appointed them. Or else it goes back to what Helen Zille said, that they can push and they can control our president.
AfriForum is struggling with the reality of being ordinary. Because the new South Africa requires all of us to be ordinary. Whereas colonialism and apartheid made white people special people. And Justice Cameron writes in one of his articles about how he was lost among whites because he was from a poor family and his father was in jail. But the one thing that gave him solace was that at least he wasn't black.
Julius Malema says that Afri-Forum is struggling about the reality of being ordinary. They fear equality. Yes, they fear equality because New South Africa demands us to be ordinary, while colonialism and apartheid, they made white people, the special people. Ordinary white people find solace because they are not black. So we're talking about white privilege. It is very much dominant here in South Africa. What we are contesting is realizing that murderers, they must show us where these murderers of white genocide happening. That's what Julius Malema asked, right? Afri-Forum are selfish and damaging a brand South Africa unnecessarily. The USA president has stopped giving aid to the country, and the jobs are affected both for white and black people. There are gender murderers for more than white people dying, but their only focus is white people dying. That is, Afri-Forum is what is saying to the USA. And be rest assured that I'll play a video now of Julius Malema explaining why the USA is responding in the manner that they are doing, not because they are concerned or they care about Afri-Forum and their lives of white genocide, that South Africans are killing them. Not that the USA cares about that. Julius Malema has all the information. Just listen to this. This is very powerful here.
This government refused to acknowledge the real issues. We are being punished for supporting Palestine against apartheid Israel, nothing else. The USA does not believe there is a white genocide or land grabs in South Africa. These lies are useful tools to justify economic aggression and seek to weaken our moral authority to condemn Israel's genocide. Foreign aid has always been a tool for Western imperialism and control. It must end with South Africa. We must expand our trade and strengthen relationship with China, India, Russia, Brazil, and Singapore, while emphasizing African unity. The USA is on a full mission to extort the world into submission, and as a result will become increasingly isolated. Our sovereignty, security, and economic prosperity on rejecting the American Golden Age, a project of imperialism. The world must move forward without the USA if true progress is to be achieved. We are not the puppets of the USA. We will never be bullied by Donald Trump and his friends. South Africa remains an independent state, which is not handled by the USA. The majority of South Africans love their whites. They worship them everywhere they go. Why will they kill them? They always seek white validation and affirmation of whiteness. It is a black talent. It is a black talent. It is not a black talent until white people say so. If it is a black skill or innovation, it is not until white say so. If it is black quality product, it will have to pass many hands before they endorse this product. Any political party without white endorsement will never receive any electoral support and financial support until white establishment says so. Like the Cuban people will never give up on our freedom against American imperialism. We must unashamedly continue to stand with Palestine and Russia. We are product of international solidarity. We are Palestinians and they are Africans.
So you've heard Julius Malema. He did expose the real intentions of the USA to say that no, these ones, they have a problem because South Africa has taken Israel to court in the international court and they were found guilty, right? And South Africa has now partnered and they are working with Iran. And you'll remember that Iran is one of the biggest enemies of the USA. And when they responded, the USA to Afri-Forum, they told Afri-Forum about these things that Julius Malema is addressing. Then they said that they are aware of the stance of Julius Malema, of him singing the song of Kill the Boer, and saying that that song is the one that is influencing the killing genocide that is happening in South Africa. So they are aware of all the injustices, the atrocities, and the backstabbing that South Africa is doing, right? So it's like America is holding this grudge against us, is marking all our mistakes. They're marking them down so that one day they will just come out and attack us and just name all the sins that we have done against them. So that is why I say that I totally agree with this. I say that this war and their response is not about Afri-Forum and their agenda. That's the sad reality that Afri-Forum will have to accept, that they are going to report us to people who are holding grudges against the entire country for the longest time and who want just a piece of cloth to find that as a standing point to accuse South Africa and to attack it. That is the USA for you. So the DA is trying an effort to try and de-escalate the tensions and find a pathway of destabilizing the relationship. They went there without telling the ANC. The president was supposed to set up those diplomatic talks and not the DA. So when they have been asked why are you going there, they're saying that no, they want to ease the tension. Isn't it that the ANC government, Ronald Lamula, and the international ministers have to deal with this? Why the ANC is quiet now? Are they being controlled by the ANC? This is very fishy. Let's go now jump to the police minister. The police minister is very weak. I'm so embarrassed, man. He's scared. They're scared. We need tough police ministers, man. We need police ministers that will just name treason or criminal activities and deal with thugs directly. So not what the police minister is saying. Senzo Mchunu is busy saying busy mumbling there, not knowing what to say. We'll sit down and talk with them. We're waiting for them. Come on, man, speak. They've been asked what will be the repercussions, the outcome of if you disagree after you've talked with them. Saying that no, we'll go our separate ways. I'm like, man, where do you get these guys? Man. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu said that there are 4 cases docket open on the matter, 2 by different organizations. Yes, we know that the MKP is one of those organizations because they have charged the Afri-Forum with committing treason. So he says that an Afri-Forum says that there are at least 10 farm murderers that took place over the period of just a few months. But Mchunu says that as soon as they land back to South Africa, they must provide evidence of what they are saying, right? To sit with them and dispute what they are saying. They want to discuss and agree with them, and they won't be arrested, right? So now the data that Mchunu says that he has, it's only over 1 farm murderer that occurred, right, between October to December. So it has been 3 months, October, November, December, 3 months, 2024, right? And Afri-Forum says that they had at least 10 farm murders. So according to our government, says that there's only 1 farm reported, 1 murder farm case reported. And Afri-Forum says that they have 10 reported. So now Mchunu says that they want to hear those statistics, that database, to sit down with Afri-Forum, and they will present their proof of what they are saying, and South African government will also provide their proof of what they are saying. Then they will more like try to convince them that maybe your statistics are not correct. We as the government, we have the correct ones, right? But now the problem about this, you know, a person who does not see his mistakes or that he is wrong can't be corrected. Afri-Forum knows the truth as much as the rest of us South Africans do. But because they are pushing another certain narrative, they are pushing an agenda to achieve something, especially on their personal issues they have with the ANC, right? And how they are being looting the country, and they are sidelining now them, taking their power away, the privilege that they have here in South Africa. So they are having problems with the comrades personally. So now, if now you want to come and be diplomatic about it, Senzo Mchunu, these guys are criminal. The only thing that you must just wait for them with are just handcuffs and your police to take them to jail. Then case closed. And these guys, guess what? They're not scared of you. They said that they won't be intimidated by you or anyone else. And this is not something that can give them sleepless nights. Listen for what they say here.
I was informed by the media that the Hawks are investigating complaints of high treason against Afri-Forum. I will not be having any sleepless nights over this, as these complaints are baseless. If the state, however, goes ahead with this, it will make us stronger. It would confirm the point that there are ANC leaders that are abusing their power to govern against certain sections of the population.
So it means that now this group does not fear you. It can go and call for another government to come and destroy you guys and just to do the worst to you. But you won't do anything because, number one, your law is weak, your president is weak, you ministers, they know that you are scared of them, you are weak. But now the sad part about this, imagine if this was a black group doing this, maybe going to another country, you guys will be calling out the Hawks, the NPA to come and just arrest these guys as soon as they land back, right? But we know that the Hawks have opened another criminal case against these guys, and the NPA have said that they are investigating, but with no promise of any arrest, even after there's proof that these guys, they went there to lie. That's what we all have for now. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can leave a comment on the section below. Until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.